Oh, sweetheart, do not be afraid. Come, come to me. Let's eat grapes and be in love. Evening, everyone. Graz here from the GKBC. This is going to be a review of book number 8 in my 12-12-12 challenge. But before I get to that, I'm going to give you all a little update, because it's been a little while since I did this. And so anyway, first, I hope you notice these two amazing books next to me here. This is my hardcover saga that just came in the mail today. I'm doing this as a buddy read with Tad from Tad Reads Books and Stuff. His channel will be linked below. We've read the first 6 issues, which we both did a video last week of. And now for this week, we're going to read issues 7 through 12 and probably put that out Saturday or Sunday. So that's pretty cool. This beauty is the Ultimate Stephen King Quiz Book, written by booktuber Dave Musson. This one, I got this in the mail, and his channel will be linked below too. His channel is brilliant when it comes to Stephen King. He's probably one of our experts, and he signed it to me. It is personalized, so this is one of my prized possessions now. Let's see, what else can I show you? Well, I think that's it to show you. But if you remember, if you follow me at all, you know that I was challenged to read 25 books this month, which is a Herculean reading task. But it worked out because I had my 12-12-12 challenge, which is 12 books, and then I had 8 1975 books, which is part of my read every book published in the year I was born before I turned 50 challenge. So I just had to add 5 more. And I have finished, as of today, or as of yesterday, today is not over yet for me, because I read when I go to bed a lot, so I have finished 16 books on my list. That doesn't count Fairy Tale, which our book club just finished yesterday, and we talked about today. Oof, video on that to come eventually. Don't expect much. But yeah, I finished 16 books, and I know it's like, well, you've got 9 days, well, 8 days and change, and you've got 9 books to read. Excuse me. Well, most of the books that I have left are short, and according to the reading pace that I have set, I'm on pace to finish on time. The main problem to me finishing is Patriot Games by Tom Clancy. Because I have this book that has 3 of his novels in it, and they basically took like a 750-page book and condensed it into a 350-page book, and the text is small and it's very dense and it's hard to read. So that's going to be my stumbling block. But that's okay. Like I said, I've got 16 books done, so I'm doing well. So, I know the romantic rogue at the beginning of the video didn't say it, but expect some spoilers today. Not that many people are going to want to read this book. But I am here to review for my 12-12-12 challenge, the Bodice Ripper for January, which is Along Came a Rogue by Anna Harrington. And this is actually book 2 in the Secret Life of Scoundrels series. I didn't know that. I'm not going to read 1 or 3. I'm sorry, Tad, this is not a completionist task that I want to undertake, because this was, I mean, it wasn't awful, it was middling, a little bit above average. But before I get into the review, let me give you the numbers. This was published in 2016, so it's kind of a little bit more modern than I was looking for. Although it is set in, what did it say, 1816. So it's 323 pages. And on Goodreads, it has a 3.76 overall rating. And that is across 752 ratings and 105 reviews. Now, on Goodreads, I gave it a 3 because they don't allow the decimals. But overall, according to the GKBC rating system, I gave it a 6.12 out of 10. Slightly above average. The cover design is by Christine Foltzer. And the illustration is by Chris Kokotza. Kokotza? It's 2 Z's. I never know how to do that. Because it's pizza, so it's probably Kokotza. And it's a pretty nice cover. I mean, you know, she's attractive. It looks high class. So, but, okay. Our Merlin is, as always, talkative. But anyway, so this book is basically sex on a stick with some intrigue and some suspense. But the suspense is never about... Let me put that right there. The suspense is never really about if the male character, the male lead and the female lead will get together. It's kind of, as soon as she gets on screen or gets on page, you know that they're gonna. It's basically how long will it take them to follow to decide that they can be in love. Sorry. The book starts with oral sex. And then it has lots of other sex all through it. That's what you're aiming for when you read one of these, is sex, sex, and more sex. Basically, this girl on the cover is the newly widowed lady something. I'm sorry. That's unimportant, but her husband was killed, and now she's pregnant, and she's carrying a possible male heir of a Marquess line, and people want to kill her to preserve their spot, their spot in that line. Because if her baby is born, then it's a male, then it's automatically the next in line. So some people are willing to kill for that because it comes with a pretty big dowry. Or dower, or however they word things. It's gonna fall. That's okay, I'll just put it right here. The male lead is Nathaniel Gray, who is a rogue. And he's a major in the army, but he's not a gentleman. Apparently you're only a gentleman if you're born into the bloodline of some royal family, and he's not. So it would cause a big stir if they got together. Plus he's trying to protect her and the baby, and all the while they're, you know, having their fornications and their illicit fun. And then it's all about, oh no, I can't be with you because it would be hard on you in the society. People would look down on you, but I want to be with you, and then finally we find out who's trying to kill her, which is a distant cousin who, by some weird family tree thing, is his dad would be up for the Marquess spot, and then the kid's got a plan to kill his dad so that he becomes that royal thing, and he can have that money. And then finally, we find that out, and we find out that there's the plot involves her trusted maid or servant or whatever you call them, companion. And, I mean, they all end happy. At the end, Gray and her get married. Everything is happy, hunky-dory. Even her family comes to accept him because, all along, the lady who's been watching out for him since he was a kid, because she had a heart for this little urchin who was never going to be anybody, was actually his grandma. So it turns out he was a gentleman after all. It was one of those horrible, I think you call them MacGuffins. I'm not sure on that, but it's like a plot point that all of a sudden showed up to make everything okay right near the end that wasn't really talked about the whole time. So kind of blah to that. I mean, all of my rating comes from the pretty decent suspense and intrigue at the beginning, like who's trying to kill her and why, and then when they show that she's pregnant, and then I'm just going to be honest with you. I was honest with AJ, so don't anybody think anything bad here. But honestly, part of my rating did come from the well-written sex scenes. I mean, you read these to be titillated, and it does that. I mean, there's a scene where she's cold and muddy and has passed out on a long walk from a stuck carriage, and he gets her a hot bath and he washes her. And it's very erotic and very nice. And just to be kind of dirty here, in the near future, I'm going to be trying that with AJ. Oh dear, I've crossed the line. But she kind of did this behind the camera, so maybe I'll get spanked. Sorry, I'm a little frisky today after reading this book. But anyway, it was what it was, and my daughter's going to kill me for saying that. So's AJ, because it's a meaningless tautology that I don't normally like to use. But when you get a bodice ripper like this, you expect a little bit of a love story, maybe something thrown in to make you wonder, and then good sex scenes. And that's basically what this was. So it gave you what the genre looks for. So, now, I'm going to ask my normal question. Have you read this book? Have you read any books by Anna Harrington? If you have, on either of those, let me know in the comments. Tell me if you like them, or if you didn't. I'm also going to ask this question. Are you a person who likes to, is it a guilty pleasure of yours to read a Bodice Ripper, or, one of these types of books? If so, no judgment, because, I mean, I'm putting myself out there with it, and I've got 11 more to read this year, so. But yeah, I will say this, though. I really had to take myself out of the story. I had to. Because, and I'm going to give a little bit away here, I had to view it from a distance, because my daughter's name is Emily. We call her Evelyn, but her name is Emily. The girl in the book's name is Emily. And my nickname for the daughter is Brat. And that is her nickname in this book. I can't make this stuff up. And what's even weirder is the daughter found this for me at a used bookstore. So, but, yeah, so I had to take myself out of it a little bit. But that's Along Came a Rogue by Anna Harrington, the Bodice Ripper for January. I hope you're enjoying the 12-12-12 reviews. Thank you for coming. I love comments. I answer every comment unless I miss, you know, because everybody misses something. So I might have missed one. I don't know. But I'll see you next time when I talk about one of the remaining 4 books from the 12-12-12 challenge. So until then, keep flipping the pages.